Images of this cartoon steak have been floating around the internet since the 2010s, and with his uncanny, realistic human eyes and wide toothy grin, he's become the subject of several popular memes over the last few years. And you can probably see why the image is hilarious because of how terrifying it looks, and the fact that it's totally random and out of context adds to that hilarity. So people began to wonder, well, what exactly is the context? Who modeled this 3D steak with human features, and for what possible purpose? For fun? For an advertisement? For a game or app? When internet users began digging, they quickly found that this image, which had been unofficially dubbed Meaty Michael, was lost media. Thus began a hunt for the true origin of the lost media known as Charlie the Steak. Before we get into the mystery of Charlie the Steak, let's hear a quick word from the sponsor of today's video, Smalls. You know what my motto is? Happy cat, happy life. You know, yeah, I say that all the time. That's why you've got to try Smalls. Now, if you're feeding your cat kibble every day, you may want to think again. Smalls cat food is protein-packed recipes made with preservative-free ingredients that you'd find in your fridge, and it's delivered straight to your door. Cats love Smalls. Just look at how much this little guy is loving it. And would he lie to you? No, he's never done anything wrong in his life. Believe it or not, your cute little kitty is descended from ferocious desert cats that hunted live prey for food, and your cat is no different. They still need fresh, protein-packed meals to be at their best. This is a cat who is fueling up, getting the energy and protein he needs to sleep for 16 hours a day and then bug you while you're trying to do work. The team at Smalls is so confident that your cat will love their food that you can try it risk-free, so if your cat won't eat their food, they will literally refund it. Now is the time to make the switch to Smalls. Use the link in the description and use promo code IZZY35 at checkout for a total of 35% off your first order plus free shipping. A huge thank you to Smalls for sponsoring this video, and now let's get back into the lost media mystery of Charlie the Steak. Charlie the Steak is a 3D rendered cartoon steak with haunting blue eyes and a large tooth-filled smile. He's well known for his uncomfortable and uncanny design, with his facial features being a little too human for many people's liking. Mine included. This steak is a certified freak. One of the earliest instances of Charlie being used as a meme is this YouTube poop-inspired TikTok of the steak being repeatedly hit by a hammer, which was posted by the user RancidPoopFart69 on March 1st of 2021. It gained over 500,000 plays and 60,000 likes, an early instance of the viral popularity that Charlie memes would soon earn. Charlie wouldn't reach mainstream popularity, or at least as mainstream as niche internet memes can get, until 2024, when several memes featuring him skyrocketed in popularity. One of the most well-known memes is a TikTok video of Charlie singing a slowed-down version of the song Vacation by the band Dirty Heads. If the song doesn't ring a bell, you've probably definitely heard it. It went viral in like 2017. I can't play it in this video, but it's the one that goes, and I apologize for the singing in advance. Hey, 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 I'm on vacation every single day cause I love my occupation. This meme was part of a wider trend of misheard song lyric memes where characters would have speech bubbles over their heads with lyrics to a song, but the lyrics would be incorrectly spelled out. From Know Your Meme, quote, the meme added to other singing object memes like oi 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 red lava and gada 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 oh with the Roblox chicken nugget. Crossovers with all three memes were posted mid-2024. This meme was so popular that it was remade in several different formats, including in Metopia and whatever brain rot content this is, showing just how popular it was. Another popular meme and how I was personally introduced to Charlie the Steak is this image with the caption, Meaty Michael is calling. This was back before any information was known about the origins of the character, including his name, so during this short period he was unofficially dubbed Meaty Michael. As this horrifying human-like steak continued to gain traction online, attention shifted to where exactly it came from. It looks like one of those weird 2000s renders that artists make for their portfolios. It reminds me a lot of the caterpillar smoking image that became a meme, which ended up being a random practice render from a 3D artist on a CG website. I originally thought Charlie the Steak may have a similar origin, however, as we can see from the original 2021 TikTok, there's a video of him moving, being hit by a hammer, so clearly there was more than just a still image. Internet users soon discovered that this was no still 3D image, but instead a screenshot from a game, a mobile app to be more specific, specific, called Charlie the Steak. Charlie is the titular character of Charlie the Steak, a mobile game created by the company Dynamic Dust that was released in around 2013 to 2014. The game was advertised as a stress relief game that allowed players to beat up and basically torture Charlie the Steak, who was meant to be intentionally annoying to incite rage from the players. There were different levels of torturing Charlie, with Well Done being the most tame and Raw being the most gory. Despite the game only being deleted in 2021 and several videos and screenshots showing gameplay, no archives or game files of it existed anywhere, rendering it unplayable and leading to its categorization as lost media. What followed was a ton of speculation over what happened to it and why it was deleted. Rumors circulated that the game was taken off the App Store for being too gory and violent, which increased interest in the game and finding a full playable version online. Call it morbid curiosity, I guess. However, the app was taken down right after Dynamic Dust shut down their website in 2021, leading to the alternative theory that the company was shutting down and either didn't have the money or the motivation to keep the game up on the App Store. It seems crazy that a game featuring this goofy ass steak could be considered too violent or too gory, but honestly, once you see some gameplay, you might understand. On July the 22nd of 2024, this video was posted to Twitter with the caption, "This is full-on gore." It got over 30,000 likes, increasing interest in Charlie the Steak. A few days later, Twitter user @AminiaLiptra tweeted, "I was so upset earlier, but then I saw a TikTok slideshow that said Charlie the Steak was fully lost media and I'm busting my ass laughing. How do you lose this shit?" This gained over 46,000 likes, drawing many users' attention to what had now become a hunt for the lost media Charlie the Steak app.
Tom Holland, what the fuck? Man, I don't want to talk your
On July the 27th of 2024, Charlie the Steak was described as fully lost media on the popular subreddit r/lostmedia, which categorizes lost media. Go figure. The exact definition of lost media is often debated, but essentially refers to media, including movies, video games, radio and TV broadcasts, and audio, that was once available for consumption by the public, but no longer exists in any form and for which copies can't be found. And lost video games aren't actually as uncommon as you may think. A whopping 87% of American video games released before 2010 are out of print and can't be acquired in ways that are authorized or legal according to the Video Game History Foundation. The foundation classifies these out-of-print video games as critically endangered, and it's not hard to believe considering how quickly new technology is rendering old games unplayable, in addition to the seeming reluctance on many companies' parts to make their games available or even archive them at all. The Lost Media Wiki has entries for hundreds of lost video games, and those are only the ones that we know about. There are likely many even more obscure games out there lost and maybe even waiting to be discovered. I myself even made a video a few years ago about a lost media app that I remember from when I was a kid. Technically it wasn't lost media, but there was virtually no information about it online, nor was it available to play anywhere, and I only rediscovered it through hours of painstaking googling and combing through obscure websites. And that was just one random obscure app. Think of all the hundreds or thousands of other games and apps out there that are half remembered and just waiting to be discovered. Lost Media Sleuths detailed a few ways to see videos and screenshots via Dynamic Dust's Twitter and YouTube pages and called on readers to try and find playable versions of the game. A post about the game from r/lostmedia reads, "On the Twitter page of the company who made it, Dynamic Dust, there are a lot of posts about it with links to images of the game or videos about the gameplay. There are also various links to the App Store or iTunes for downloading the game. If any of you have an iOS device, try to open those links and see where it takes you. Let's find this game." Many Reddit users attempted to, and some apparently succeeded at downloading Charlie the Steak for their iPhones, iPads, and PCs using a variety of software installation apps, which varied from sketchy to full-on might break your phone and give you a virus. User @LostMediaBuster tweeted, "People claim to have an APK of the game installed on Android, but no official APK was ever made of the game, since it has never been released on Android devices, making it still lost." Indeed, several sketchy-looking sites claim to have APKs of Charlie the Steak. For example, this download from the 29th of July on a a site called APK Pure, or this download from modilimitado.io, with a totally not written by AI description that reads, Charlie the Steak APK is an innovative application that caters to food enthusiasts, particularly steak lovers who are keen on mastering the art of steak preparation. This app offers a plethora of features designed to transform your culinary skills, providing a comprehensive guide to perfecting your steak dishes. Charlie the Steak APK is more than just a cooking app, it is a culinary mentor. That line paired with this low quality stretched out image is kind of like poetry to me. There have also been various YouTube videos in which people claim to play Charlie the Steak, but a lot of these are recreations or fan games and not the official games. Some of these Charlie the Steak inspired games on the App Store include Chief Charlie of Steak, Scary Charlie the Steak Game, Charlie Steak Basics Education, the crossover we never knew we needed, and Charlie the Crazy Steak Game. A YouTuber called Kindly Kevin even made a video playing some of these knockoff games, and needless to say, the quality is less than stellar. The concern around fake APKs and people getting viruses got so much that fake creepypasta-esque virus stories began circulating on the subreddit. These fake quote-unquote viruses would infect the downloader's phone, transforming all of their apps into creepy and twisted Charlie the Steak icons and even changing their wallpapers. Obviously these are fake and have very much been debunked, but it's just hilarious to me that even the Charlie the Steak fanbase isn't immune from creepypasta urban legends. So there's clearly a high demand for this game despite its strangeness and violence, or perhaps because of it. But Redditors and Twitterers wouldn't need to speculate and theorize about the game for much longer, as the developer of Charlie the Steak himself would soon come forward. On July the 27th of 2024, the developer of the game, a man called Dom, came forward to explain why the game was taken down from the App Store, and the answer was surprisingly tame. Hey everyone, one of the members of our family company Dynamic Dust here. I can't believe this actually took off, and Charlie the Steak now became this popular a decade later. Dynamic Dust was an indie mobile video game developer company based in Prague, Czech Republic. It was founded by my brother and father as a family project, and together we developed multiple iOS games and apps. One of them being Charlie the Steak, which drew inspiration from popular mobile games like Talking Tomcat. The idea behind Charlie the Steak was that we wanted to create a fun, silly stress reliever game where you get to mess around and torture an annoying talking steak. We produced many various animations ranging from goofy to maximum gore. There were also mini games present, and you could unlock stickers and filters for an in-game selfie camera feature as well. The reason the game is no longer available for download is that we ultimately had to close the company and thus stop supporting and updating our apps. After some time, our apps were no longer up to the App Store's new technical requirements, and so it got removed. The game was not removed due to the gore. It's mind-blowing seeing our old game blow up like this after such a long time, and we're thrilled to see so many people being interested in it. We have discussed looking at the source code again and pushing out one more update so it could be re-released. A lot has changed for us over the last decade, but we'll see what we can do. So yeah, it turns out that Charlie the Steak wasn't taken off the App Store for violence or gore or anything like that, but just the simple fact that Dynamic Dust hadn't updated their apps to modern standards, and because of this, Apple had removed their app from the App Store. In a follow-up post titled "I'm the developer of Charlie the Steak, let's figure out what to do with the brain rot," Dom revealed more Charlie lore, including the fact that he and his brother were only 16 and 12 respectively when they started the company with their father, and that they produced several games with the help of 3D artists and freelancers before eventually going down their own paths in life. It's also in this post that Dom acknowledges the large fanbase that the game has garnered and proposes a few different ways that he could bring the game back for them. First, he could fix the original game and try to bring it back to a playable state, though he noted that he wasn't sure if it would pass modern day censors on the Apple Store. The second option was a total rebuild, which he expressed reluctance about because he had a job and a mortgage and didn't necessarily have the resources to carry it out. And the third option was just to give all of the raw files to the community. Dom ended up going with option 1 after feedback from the community, which personally I'm thankful with, because I think the story would have been a lot darker if the developer had gone bankrupt and had to sell his house because he tried to bring back Charlie the Steak. In an AMA that Dom and his brother hosted on the subreddit, they confirmed that the official Charlie the Steak app would be releasing in about 1 to 2 weeks, and that was 2 months ago. Dom's Reddit account has been dormant for around the same time, though a few more recent updates can be found on the official Charlie the Steak Patreon, where Dom is raising money for the cost of working on the game. It has over 2,000 members and earns nearly $700 a month, which is super impressive and really speaks to how dedicated this community for a random violent state game is. The last update came on September 9th and announced a delay with the iOS release. However, the lack of updates for non-paying fans has led to growing impatience and uncertainty within the community and accusations that the developers are scammers planning to take the money and run. In my opinion, the fanbase needs to chill out a little bit. Games aren't made overnight, and while Dom did estimate a release date of a few weeks, it takes 2 seconds of googling to find the Patreon update where he says that it's going to be delayed. Admittedly, yes, I do also think that he should have updated non-paying fans. I think it's kind of poor form that he hasn't, but he didn't, and we have to make our peace with that, fellow Charlie the Steak fans. Games take a while to make, especially because this is just a side project for Dom and clearly not his full-time job. It's always good to keep an eye on these types of projects to make sure that you're not being scammed, but so far I don't see any evidence of a scam, and I think people just need to be a little bit more patient, at least in my humble opinion. And speaking of the fanbase being annoying, there's actually been a lot of drama and controversy within the Charlie the Steak community, as hilarious as it is to say that sentence. After the r/Charlie the Steak subreddit rose in popularity, gaining over 7,000 members, a Discord was established which, as of the publishing of this video, has around 2,600 members. Unsurprisingly, with the introduction of a Discord, everything went to shit, with the server allegedly being flooded with racist and NSFW content that went unmoderated. A moderator of the Charlie the Steak Reddit, and presumably the Discord server who goes by Charlie the Steak Fan, recently posted an apology about the offensive content and the lack of moderation which led to the server's downfall. While I couldn't find any screenshots of the Discord in the state, comments say that there was gore and NSFW edits of Charlie the Steak, and the apology is not being well received by Reddit users. A reply by the user RegulaTax2388 sums up the community's reaction. Maybe this wouldn't have happened if the server had good moderation. I don't know how shit like gore and racism can possibly slide, not to mention that the mods who refuse to actually moderate blame people in the server. Really immature how moderators tell people to toughen up because they can't moderate a server. The Discord was deleted for a short period, though seems to be back up, and yeah, it's still a cesspool. Which is unfortunate because clearly a lot of people in the community want to have fun and just make memes about this silly steak, and of course people have got to go and ruin that. The poor moderation also doesn't help. Like, controversial opinion, but maybe don't start a Discord for a large community if you're not prepared to take time to make that community safe and enjoyable for everyone who wants to join it. Anyway, this brings us to the uncertain future of Charlie the Steak. On August the 2nd of 2024, archive.org user Dipper Gaming uploaded the game's IPA file to the Internet Archive, changing the game's classification from lost to officially found. However, the developers themselves are still quiet about progress on the official release, meaning that there may still be a while to wait before Charlie the Steak is back up on the App Store for good. The story of Charlie the Steak is not only interesting to me, but a great example of how the popularization of lost media hunting has led to so many of these small niche projects being rediscovered over the years. Lost media hunting is awesome, and kudos to those internet explorers that dive deep to find these treasures, even if those treasures are the 2013 iOS game Charlie the Steak. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I really hope that you guys enjoyed that video topic. I know I'm a little bit late to the Charlie the Steak train, but I think this topic is so interesting, and I thought it was hilarious how it went from a random meme to lost media to rediscovered media. So I really hope you enjoyed listening to it. If you have any topics that you want me to cover in the future, definitely let me know. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate it, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye! A huge thank you to my Garfield overlords over on Patreon: Sheriff Whiskey, Xavier Araujo, Trouser Mouse, Usurpius, Bunzo, Dino Nuggy, Sophie H, Simon, Katrina Likes 5e Stuff, Dr. Worm, Stanley, Dozo Blint, Hazy, Zoe Mars, Matt LRJ, Michelle Olsen, Kia J. Parker, A Riddle Wrapped in an Enigma Hidden by Question Mark, Astrian Vortex, Tonla, Jar the Bar, Vivian Valencia, Jet Secret, Helm Hamburger Hand, Dana Homegardener, Jesse Chisholm, Blue Mayfeld, Prize from Traveling Tavern, Meridia, and Doug. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. It means the world. If you want to join these guys over on Patreon, the link will be in the description. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in the next one. Bye!